Ambassador Kethvar adjusted his crystalline carapace as he floated before the Galactic Council's main assembly. His species, the Velthari, had perfected quantum consciousness transfer millennia before humans had even discovered fire. Today's session was merely a formality, another primitive species requesting entry into the galactic community. The bipedal mammals from Sol 3, Kethvar announced with barely concealed disdain, have submitted their application for membership. As per protocol, we've analyzed their technological capabilities. He gestured to the holographic display showing Earth's crude spacecraft and primitive computer networks. They still use binary code and chemical propulsion. Their most advanced AI can barely process simple pattern recognition. The assembly rippled with what passed for laughter among the various species. The insectoid hive queen clicked her mandibles in amusement. Do they even understand quantum entanglement? Barely, Kethvar replied. Their scientists theorize about it, but practical application remains beyond them. I estimate they're at least 10,000 cycles behind even our most backward colony, Worlds. High Chancellor Morden, an ancient being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, spoke with a voice like distant thunder. Then we are agreed. Humanity shall remain under observation for another millennium. Perhaps by then they'll have progressed beyond their Stone Age electronics. What none of the assembled beings noticed was the seemingly innocuous maintenance drone floating silently in the chamber's upper reaches, a drone that had been recording everything. Sarah Chen rubbed her eyes as she stared at the wall of code scrolling across her 17 monitors. The underground facility beneath CERN hummed with activity as humanity's most brilliant minds worked in secret. 3 years ago, they'd detected the alien communications network, a vast quantum-entangled web spanning the galaxy. For 3 years, they'd been dismissed as primitive while secretly learning, adapting, evolving. Status report, she called, out to her team. Quantum encryption algorithms fully mapped, replied Dr. Martinez from his workstation. Their security is impressive, but they made one crucial mistake. Which is? They assumed we're still using binary. Martinez grinned. While they were busy laughing at our primitive computers, we've been developing quantum biological hybrid processing. Their encryption can't account for consciousness-based computation they don't even know exists. Sarah nodded. The project, codenamed Prometheus, had been humanity's greatest secret. While the aliens observed Earth's public technology, humanity's true advancement had gone completely unnoticed. The same species that had been dismissed for using primitive binary had secretly developed bioquantum processors that merged human consciousness with artificial intelligence. Neural link status? Sarah asked. All volunteers connected, reported Dr. Kim. We've got the world's best hackers, programmers, and strategists ready to go. Their minds are now networked with our quantum systems. Sarah looked at the main screen displaying the alien network's architecture. For 3 years, they'd studied it, learned its patterns, found its weaknesses. The Galactic Council's own hubris had been their downfall. They'd never bothered to encrypt their communications properly because they couldn't conceive of a species advanced enough to break their codes while appearing primitive. Initiate Prometheus Protocol, Sarah commanded. Across the facility, dozens of humans lay in neural interface pods as their consciousness merged with quantum computers. Their minds, trained from birth in pattern recognition, creative problem-solving, and lateral thinking, became the processing power behind humanity's most audacious plan. The attack began simultaneously across 17 different star systems. Kethvar was reviewing colonization reports when his personal communicator began shrieking alerts. The holographic display flickered, then displayed an impossible image, the crude bipedal figure of a human. Greetings, Ambassador, the figure said in perfect Velthari. We need to talk. This is impossible, Kethvar stammered. How are you, the encryption alone? Oh, your encryption? The human figure smiled. Quite clever, really, based on 17-dimensional quantum folding with biological neural pathways as keys. Very elegant. Also completely broken. Across the galaxy, similar scenes played out. High Chancellor Morden found his private chambers invaded by human holograms. The Hive Queen discovered her entire collective network had been infiltrated. Every major government, military installation, and commercial hub in the galaxy suddenly found themselves hosting uninvited human guests. But the humans weren't there to destroy or steal. They were there to deliver a message. "We heard your little council meeting," the primary human spokesperson announced simultaneously across the network. 10,000 cycles behind, you said? Stone Age electronics? Fascinating perspective from a species that uses quantum entanglement as a crutch instead of truly understanding it. The hologram gestured, and suddenly the entire galactic network became transparent to human oversight. Banking systems, military communications, personal messages. Everything was now accessible to these primitive bipeds. "Here's what's going to happen," the human continued. "We're going to prove that human primitiveness is actually adaptability. While you perfected your technology and grew stagnant, we learned to think differently. Your quantum computers process in 17 dimensions? Cute. Our bioquantum networks process in dimensions you haven't even discovered yet." "What do you want?" Chancellor Morden demanded, his energy form flickering with fear. "Simple," the human replied. "Recognition, a seat at the table, and an end to your condescending attitude. We've already demonstrated we can take your entire network apart. Don't make us prove we can keep it." The human figures began to fade, but not before delivering their final message. "The next Galactic Council session is in 30 cycles. We'll be attending, in person. Try not to look too surprised." As the alien networks fell silent, trying desperately to understand what had just happened, Sarah Chen removed her neural interface and smiled. Humanity had spent centuries being underestimated. Today, the galaxy learned what happened when you mistook patience for weakness and subtlety for primitive simplicity. The stars were no longer beyond human reach. They had just become humanity's newest neighborhood. And the neighbors were about to learn some new rules.